Hi guys, Craig here, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd give you a rundown of what I've got in my Jayco Silverline. So this installation was done by the team at Wise Energy up in Unadera. So what we've got, so this is all under the bed. I've got a Multiplus 212 3000 VA inverter. I've got two solar charge controllers that take care of the solar on the roof. This particular one takes care of 6 140 watt panels, and this one takes care of 3 90 watt panels, and I think I've got about 1080 watts in total on the roof. I've got a third solar charge controller here. This takes care of a little portable panel that I put out if I'm parked up in the shade or there's not enough sun to give me what I need. 30 amps DC to DC charging in the Orion Smart. A tank 140 so I can monitor water tank levels, gas bottles, etc. A 4G GX LTE, so that has a Telstra SIM card in it, so I can monitor my system from anywhere in the world. I've got a Victron Smart Shunt, a couple of battery protects there that takes care of the DC bus, and over here is the Servo GX that everything plugs into and then gives us a display up here on the screen. So right now you can probably hear the air conditioner humming away in the background. So the total loads is 418 watt, but we're getting in 535 watts of solar, and so the air conditioner is obviously taking care of itself with the solar, and we're not drawing off the batteries at all. They're sitting at 100%. So the other thing I've done in here is I can turn the fridge on to 240 and you watch it jump. Okay, so remember, air conditioner running, nothing else, and we're using 416 watt. There we go, straight away we jump up to 700 watt when I turn the fridge on. So you can see these fridges are very hungry. They use, it's a three-way absorption fridge, and they use 300 watt continuous. They very rarely cycle, 24/7, 300 watt. So it's not a practical solution to run these Dometic fridges off a solar install, even one as big as mine. So there you go, guys. I'll turn the fridge back off, which reverts it back to gas, and that'll drop back down in a second. It takes about 30 seconds to kick back in. So I'm maintaining, you know, a healthy 17, 18 degrees in here. I've turned it right down to try and get it to ramp up to show you how much it actually consumes. But these Dometics, they're very good. You can run these on a reasonable size system. So I know you're all wondering, but here they are, guys. This is my battery bank. Okay, so I have three 200 amp hour 12.8 volt lithium ferrophosphate batteries. These are the Victron Smart 200 amp hour batteries. So we've got that mounted in a battery tray there, and as you can see, there's space between the batteries. I could actually fit a fourth battery. So 600 amp hours of lithium under the lounge. And if you're viewing the system on the Victron portal, this is what you would see. So you would see the loads, the solar, the loads, your state of charge, and your DC power. If we look at the Victron Connect app, I'll just show you what I've got. So most of these devices are smart devices, and by smart, Victron refer to that as being having Bluetooth connectivity. So here we go, it's come back up. All right, so the first thing you'll see is the 3x90. So if we go into that, okay, it'll load up. Oh, look at that, it wants to pair. So just bear with me, I'll pair all this up. I haven't used this device, and then I'll come back. Okay, I've paired all the devices up. The reason it needed that is I hadn't used this tablet to connect to the Victron system here inside the caravan before, so it only requires you to pair once and then you're right to go. I do put passwords on all of my Victron devices, and I'd recommend everyone do the same, because you're in you know, a free camp somewhere and you get someone that's a little bit naughty, they could go in and change your settings and muck around. So as you can see, from the 270 watt, I'm only actually getting 130 watt. The reason being, panels are flat on the roof. You know, we've only just entered spring, so the sun is not super high in the sky, but it's enough. If you look at the shunt, for example, Now you can see I'm minus 275 watts, and that's because I've got the fridge running as well as the air conditioner, and we're consuming a bit over 700 watt. And the solar's only capable of putting out, let's let that load, so 400, when it comes up, so 400 odd watt out of 840. So, you know, we're less than 50%, and our total network power, which is the two solar chargers together, 529 watts. If I turned the fridge off and back to gas, it would be enough to run this air conditioner, no problem at all. The other thing I really like is you can log into your individual batteries and you can have a look at cell voltages, temperatures. You can have it, see whether the system's balanced or unbalanced, and you can change some of the settings there. But what Victron do is they use an external BMS on their smart batteries, and that's just the way Victron have chosen to do it. So as I mentioned, the other option I've got is I can plug in a portable solar panel to my system. So if we were free camping, for example, I try and use the electricity as much as possible to run everything rather than using the gas. So you can see 517 watts at the moment, but I would plug in the portable panel, and you know that I've got a couple to choose from, and you know, I'd get an additional 200 to 300 watts, even more if I put out more panels, but I am limited to 20 amps. So this portable solar charge controller is only a 120. So I was thinking of actually upping this to maybe a 30 amp solar charge controller. Then I could put in multiple panels outside. Technically, you probably shouldn't put multiple panels together, but look, you know what? It still works, and it's good enough. Yeah, you can look at, you know, all sorts of great stuff on this. You can have a look at your detailed history to make sure you're getting enough solar compared to your consumption. You can have a look at the last 30 days, in fact, on the solar charge controllers. You can see the, you know, the white, then the light blue and dark blue. That the white is bulk, absorption and float, and if you click on it, you can then have a look at how many hours you're in each stage. So 3 hours in bulk, 2 hours absorption, and say 6 hours in float, and that was for yesterday. So yeah, really good. I really enjoy the Victron system, and what you can and can't do with it is fairly, you know, unlimited. The other thing I didn't mention was, so if you've got like a smaller generator and you're plugged into the mains, what you can do is you can wind up and down your AC current limit, so on your input limit. So, you know, a Honda EU20, you know, they can do about 8 amps comfortably, or if you're plugged into a caravan park, you know, you can up that to, you know, 10 amps or 12 amps. The great advantage is if you're, you know, plugged into only a 10 amp supply, you can turn it down, accept that, it'll change to 10 amps, and then you can go back. Looks like I've got a tank sensor there for an LPG tank. Yeah, really, really handy. So the advantage of having a large system like this, with a 3000 VA inverter and 600 amp hours of lithium, is I can run the air conditioner well into the evening. You know, I can run this for multiple hours and still run the microwave, put the kettle on, you know, all of that sort of stuff. The only thing I can't do is run this fridge continuously. 600 amp hours is about 7.6 kilowatt hours. So if you work out simple math, you divide, you know, 300 watts times, say 12 or 14 hours for your overnight use before the sun comes back up, you're going to use basically half of your battery consumption or your battery storage just running this fridge. So long term, I reckon I might swap that out for a compressor style fridge. Traditionally they're a two-way, 12 volt, 240 volt, and I reckon it'll probably use, you know, 50 or 60 watt instead of 300. So yep, sum it up. So you can run an air conditioner for multiple hours with a system this size with 600 amp hours or 7.6 kilowatt hours of lithium. So there you go, guys. I hope you liked that one. If you've got any questions, sing out. Happy to answer any questions. Thanks, and have a great day.